Hey y'all, welcome. Welcome to day 3. You can tell I'm excited about these. So, the past couple of days we've been working through the last week of December and looking into the new year, into 2018, closing out 2017 and looking into how that we want to show up with our health, our fitness, and our wellness in 2018. So today, I would like to talk about preparing for a healthy lifestyle. And in preparation, remember you have your notes, right? You have your notebook, you have your note application on your phone that you're writing all of these things down and referencing back to them and answering the questions and internalizing them and introspection and all of those things, right? Because that is really what is going to help you here in terms of implementing your own changes going forward in 2018. So that's why I'm doing this. Do the work. Today, preparing for a healthy lifestyle. So there's a couple of things that I would like you to do. Number 1 would be to set a specific frequency for workouts. This is saying, all right, in a week from now, or 2 weeks from now, or whenever you want to start, okay? Because January 1 can be an arbitrary date, or January 1 can be your date where you're saying, you know what, 2018, boom, I'm gonna hit the ground running, and I'm gonna really start like taking really good care of myself, and I'm gonna learn how to implement different habits and that kind of a thing. I would caution you on doing extremes, but if you've got the energy, I would love to see you put it towards January 1, okay? So set a specific frequency for workouts. And so if you're saying, you know, I will start a program in 2 weeks, or I will start a program January 1st, where I will exercise 3 times a week for 2 months. Set a date on it. Put a finite number. Say, I'm gonna try it for X amount of time, because if we don't, then it's like this, I'm gonna do this forever. And it's so much easier to just fall off of the proverbial bandwagon, right? By the time, at least by mid-February. That's the standard, at least. That's the average. So set a specific frequency for your workouts. Now, second is research different resting metabolic rate and basal metabolic rate. Basically, this is the amount of calories that you burn, not doing anything at all, just basically living life, okay? Research it, Google it, and find a range for yours. So kind of get an idea of what yours is. It's a very basic formula. I do it with my clients all the time. It's not very difficult to do. It just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of investment on your part. You plug your specific measurements in, you know, your height, your weight, usually has to translate to metric measurements. Thank you, America, that we are still on the standard unit system. Anyway, so that's like the hardest part, is just Googling and saying, okay, what is this amount of pounds in kilograms and that kind of a thing. How tall am I in centimeters? That kind of a thing. So find a range for yours and set a realistic, here's the second part of this, set a realistic, not extreme, calorie intake goal that you can adhere to once you start your program. Okay? Sorry, I had a message show up on my screen, on my recording screen, and it was distracting, and I thought that I had my phone on Do Not Disturb. Anyway, so set a realistic but not extreme goal for your calorie intake, okay? That way, when you start your program in a week, or January 1 or 2 weeks, whatever, you pick your day, that you have a goal to adhere to, okay? Next thing is plan 2 activities per month. We talked about this in the last video in day 2. Plan 2 activities per month to increase your own personal activity. So these are things like I was talking about, exploring the neighborhoods in the city, walking and exploring the neighborhoods in the city. That's the goal there. Going to the zoo, maybe, you know, if you have kids, taking your kids to the park and playing with them. Hiking, this is prime hiking time. Swimming, golfing, whatever, you know, those kinds of things that are active that you enjoy, or maybe you've wanted to try. Maybe you don't know that you enjoy them and you have a secret, you know, love for hiking. It's really awesome to get out in nature. Next, so that was planning 2 activities per month. So in your 2018 planning, plan 2 activities per month where you're doing activities, you know, be it outside or just that are active, okay? The next one is to research, compare, and rank your favorite food tracking systems, be it a website or an app. There's a bunch out there. Okay, MyFitnessPal is a big one. I've used that with my clients before. That it seems to be very, very comprehensive in terms of the foods that it does have within it. And here's a note about that. Like, yes, it does take time to log your foods or to write them out, but that level of self-monitoring is very, very helpful in terms of self-accountability. When you're saying, okay, well, I should have about X number of calories a day. This is my budget, okay? And then you actually track what you eat and you learn the difference between a serving and 3 servings. Like a serving of hummus is 2 tablespoons. Who eats 2 tablespoons of hummus? Anyway, that is one of the examples. A serving of, you know, peanut butter, almond butter, whatever, is 2 tablespoons. And half of us are like, gosh, you know, like if you get the organic blue chips from, you know, Fresh Market or Elwood Thompson's or Kroger or whatever, the serving is like 10 chips. You know, if you actually read the labels and learn like, oh, wow, yeah, I see this, you know, and it's like however many calories. So you really get a perspective of how much a serving is, and you get to learn those things. So anyway, I say all those things to say, research, compare, and rank your favorite food tracking systems. Check out MyFitnessPal. Look on your specific app store or Play Store or whichever kind of phone that you have to see what would work well for you. And if you're working with a coach, see what they recommend. Lastly, would be this is the other side of it. So we had nutrition, now we've got exercise. Research, compare, and rate your favorite exercise tracking band. I'm a big believer in word of mouth for this one. I've had friends who had different Garmin's that, you know, it did X, Y, Z, and I said, oh, that's why I'm gonna get that. You know, consumer reviews are very, very helpful online. And I would say too, like, you know, again, if you're working with a coach, like ask your coach. Ask me. I'd love to talk with you about it. I've had a Fitbit before. It was pretty accurate. Currently, I use the Apple Watch. It tracks activity. It does all of the above. Like, you know, it's the one where you can like take phone calls on it, respond to text messages, all those kinds of things. I liked that functionality, and also the fact that I could, you know, track my walks or my runs or my bike rides or my swims or what have you. I can do all of the above, and it's tied to my phone. So that's why I chose the new Apple Watch, the Series 3. But there's all kinds of them out on the market. So if you're thinking about one and you're like, God, I'm like overwhelmed by all of these gadgets, like reach out, let me know, put it in the comments, let me know your thoughts. Same thing with the fitness trackers. I'd love to, you know, take a look at if you found something that looked like it was pretty good and were curious about it. I know that there's another one out there that I'm not remembering off the top of my mind. But yeah, reach out. I'd love to like continue this conversation with you guys, because the question that you're wondering in the back of your mind might be a question that somebody else who's watching this is in the back of their mind too. So it doesn't only help you, but it helps the other people who are watching and participating and that kind of a thing. So I am looking forward to talking with you guys more. Day 4 is going to be facilitating change, taking action. Okay, so that's going to be tomorrow. I look forward to talking with you guys. Again, if you have any questions, reach out to me, leave comments, send a message, whatever. I'll talk with you soon, okay? Have an awesome day.